Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
I will.
検討
人類に栄光あれ。
人類に栄光あれ。
人類栄光
Step up the red light.
Sir, you're absolutely sure. It does mean changing the bulb.
Rude alert, rude alert. Abandoned shop. This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
always build more killbots.
Hey everybody, hello, happy Monday everyone. How are we all doing? Avian's finally got a dreadnought going, that's awesome, nice to hear. How is everybody doing? Are we all okay? We're putting the dreadnought on a bit of a back burner for today, because I really want to paint some infantry. So I'm going to get the microphone a little bit closer. There we go. Microphone's a little bit closer now. So yeah, I'm going to do some infantry today, but that doesn't mean that we've stopped. Anyway, hello. How is everybody doing? Is everybody okay? Are we all alright? What's everybody up to? Has everybody had a good weekend? What have you been doing? Talk to me! Am I muted? Nope, microphone's on. Hello! Hello!
Arfiumli. He's showing himself, but guess what? No. Fucking. Music. Fuck. Moo. Tongue.
Hey Perps, how are you doing, Purples? Good morning Olivia, how are you? Get some music going in a second, shall we? Just dust the mat. How's Purples today? Have you done any more of your dreadnoughts for Dreadcember? So I think I'm going to do some of the destroyers today. So I think we'll do the destroyers. Let's get the light in. So yeah, I think we'll do the destroyer squad. However, I do want to get some of the assault squads out and just fill some of the join gaps in. So if we get, because I don't need access to the paint today particularly. If I just get these up. Oh, the old world vampire is in that box as well. That's cool. All the old world vampire bits and bobs. That'll be a cool little project at some point. Right, so the Destroyer Squad. Where's the Destroyer Squad? So there's the assault guys, which I need to fill in all these little gaps. So we might get a little bit of putty out and just fill in those at some point. But these should be really cool. This is the Destroyer Assault Squad because they've all got the Volkites. And then we also have the Disintegrator Squad. I can't remember what unit these are. Yeah, I can't remember what unit these are, but I've got a unit of the Disintegrators as well, if you remember. So we've got the normal disintegrator rifles, and then the heavy one, and the special. This all started because of the limited edition dude. Where is he? Can't see the limited edition dude. Where's he gone? Where is he? These are very dusty as well. I don't know whether the bases are just particularly dusty. And there's the. We need to sort out his head as well. And then we've got the Vigilator as well, of course. He's looking particularly cool. I like him. Maybe show some cracks in the paint. Was thinking maybe Grey Ash could. Oh, hang on, wait, what? Did Chris read the Praetorian of Dawn? What's Praetorian of Dawn? So, how are you going to dirty up the destroyers? I intend to take the airbrush again to do the claws for white. Sinusitis is killing me. I love how Chris asked us and didn't even ask. Maybe show some cracks in the paint. Destroyers are often blackened by the weapons. Yeah, like I don't know what to do about the destroyers. The destroyers, like because the armor's already black. I don't want like you could kind of say, oh, you could put some ash on there. I don't think it would look very good. Where's the? So yeah. Anyway, so here are the destroyers. The destroyers with the twin Volkites, because I love Volkite. I've just made sure I've sanded down, because these ones are 3D printed ones. Just made sure I've sanded any 3D print lines off. So like the tops seem to be very 3D print heavy. What questions did I ask? Am I misremembering Dane Nathos having a power claw and a missile launcher? No, not doing that. I thought the box melts were gone and you could only buy Venerables, but I also see the new Venerable Dread Kit can make regular box melts. Also, kudos for Games Workshop making the kit modded for weapons. Nice. Perhaps to show they are destroyers with irradiated ground. Yeah, what's that? I don't know what the Praetorian of Dawn is. I'm not sure I'm going to change the destroyers too much. We'll see when we start painting them. But we've got the Destroyer Assault Squad. There's the Destroyer Assault Squad missile launcher, and then that's the normal Destroyer missile launcher. He's the one that's firing. This guy's jumping, so that should be quite cool. Where is the Disintegrator dude? I don't know where the Disintegrator dude has gone. They are very dusty. Why are they so dusty? I haven't left these out. These have been in a box. I wonder whether it's the. I wonder it's literally the dust from the base. He's very glossy as well. Where is he? Where are you? I remember doing his base. No, can't see. He's not in this box. He must be in a different box. Oh, there he is. I've got him. There he is. There he is. So that's the limited edition dude. So that's the reason why I ended up with the disintegrator squads. Did I get one with a disintegrator pistol? I think the sergeant has a disintegrator pistol. Where's the sergeant? Oh, that dude. Love this guy. Love this guy. Reverse grip power sword. He's a destroyer. I think he's a destroyer sergeant. I think he's a destroyer sergeant. He's badass as fuck. And I think that's KD's Nex's head as well, actually, because I got two KD's Nex. Right, so let's get all the destroyers out, because then we can. I'll put the disintegrators back. Are the disintegrators? I think the disintegrators are the veterans, maybe. I think they were the veterans. Soul Drinkers were supposedly Imperial Fist successor, but in the last book they checked the Gene Seed did not have Imperial Fist markers. Now they're decent into a Renegade chapter, doing a Chapter Legion relic, the Soul Spear of Dawn. Oh. Here is the rub. Dawn doing the heresy never used a spear. Oh. Ah. Ah. Right, let's put all the... Yeah, we're definitely going to do destroyers today. So let's put... he's cool as fuck. He does need to get finished. He's cool as shit. That's really cool. That Vigilator's awesome. Yeah, that Vigilator's very, very... Sorry. That Vigilator's very, very cool. So we'll leave the Vigilator out just because. So that's a disintegrator, that's a disintegrator, that's a disintegrator. So they're the disintegrator ones, they can go back in. Is that another disintegrator one? Yeah, there's another disintegrator one. I think he's the sergeant, he's got a disintegrator combi weapon. I think he's the sergeant. I think I made him the sergeant. So we need destroyers. There's those destroyers. I think I gave them all. Yeah, I gave them all grenades. So they've all got grenades. They've all got grenades on their person. Apart from the sergeant. Interesting. I didn't give the sergeant grenades. Maybe he's not the sergeant for the destroyers, which I did. Where's the rest of the destroyers? This is so cool though. I mean, look at this guy. Look how cool these turned out. Oh, maybe he can be the destroyer. He can be the destroyer sergeant. He's got. And then black eyes with just a single highlight on there. Just cool as shit. Really are just cool as shit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll leave him out anyway because he needs painting. What's that one? Oh, got a heavy bolter. Nice. Heavy bolter with a bayonet on it. A little headcanon for Monday. Dawn kills Alfarius, who uses a spear. In the Praetorian of Dawn, Dawn kills Alfarius, who uses a spear. So the spear is Alfarius. So did the Alpha Legion at some time infiltrate a successor chapter of the Imperial Fist and did their job a little too well. Ah. So are you going to link the Soul Drinkers to Alpha Legion in your like little headcanon thing? Right, so that's just a regular... That's a regular assault squad. Yeah, there's the regular... So that's all the regular assault squad stuff. So I need to put... I need to fill these join lines. So we need to do that at some point. I might get some putty and do it today, but probably not. And yeah, there we go. There are the ones with the back banners. Right, there's another destroyer. Destroyers, where are you? Destroyers, where are you? That's another disintegrator dude. That's a destroyer. And I think I'm right in saying that the destroyer assault squad is only 5 strong. I think that's right. What did the destroyer assault? Oh no, that's the. Yeah, that is the assault sergeant, because I gave them different shoulder pads. The assault ones I gave different shoulder pads, so I did that. Because they've all got those shoulder pads, the bordered shoulder pads. So that's fine. Oh, there's one. Oh no, that's the Moritat. Where's the other? Have I got another one? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, that's just 10. So have I got 5 out? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's number 5? Is that one? Oh, look at him! Destroyer with a grenade. Throwing a little grenade, flicking the pin off and throwing a grenade. He's cool as shit. Yeah, so there's number 5. We'll put the Moritat back because we'll paint the Moritat at another time. So yeah, there we go. So we've got 5.
Christopher. Potatoes, right about meow.
Potatoes. Give me a second. So destroyer. Destroyer assault. Destroyer assault. Destroyer assault. Destroyer assault. Destroyer assault. So that means that the destroyer sergeant is that one. He's the destroyer sergeant, which is cool. That's awesome. So we'll fill these gaps in because I don't want to start repainting these before we've filled in those join lines. And then this is the destroyer. That's the regular destroyer squad. So you got the missile launcher, and then they've all got the Volkite pistols, which is really, really cool. I love that missile launcher. I think that's fantastic. He's come out really, really well. And this is where I was like really kind of starting to repose all the Marines. Like I cut so many legs and reposed so many legs around. Like all these legs are reposed and everything, and you can really hide them quite well. So that's all cool. And all the destroyer assaults are on slightly higher bases with the rocks and things, like that one with the Imperial Eagle imprint, and then we'll just fill in little gaps like that. So they just look really cool. That's all molds from Corvus Corax's base, which I think is particularly awesome. So these are all bits from Corvus Corax's base, which are then like scattered around everywhere. I can't remember where that one's from. I think actually that one might be from the bases of the Noise Marines, maybe. Anyone remember if the old destroyers were jump packs or jet packs? I don't. You are making me hungry for potatoes. Chris became Russian. I became Russian. A little headcanon for Monday. Destroyers are legends, so you can pull up the PDF from Warcom quite easily. Yeah, they won't be legends for long, will they? They'll get a... There'll be a destroyer weapon sprue or something, and then boom, you can make destroyers, and then they'll come back in. Yeah, potatoes. Go on then, let's have a look at potatoes, because Purples has asked nicely. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Yeah. So what's the latest on the soul drinkers, soul thingies? What's the latest on those guys? What are you gonna do? Oh my god! Hi Tato. Hi Tato. Hi Po. We're doing the speed specifically. Are you? So that the potatoes can hide. Are they going to be hidey potatoes? Asking as the backpacks were different to the various assault marines, although I think they were the Blood Angel jump packs without the wings. Oh, the little single ones. Should I change them? Should I change these to the single jet ones? It's just that these are the Mark 6. These were the Mark 6 jump packs, so I thought, well, being as I'm trying to use Mark 6 everywhere. I've got some of the single jetpack things. No, I know I don't have to, but, like, talk to me. Like, what do you think? Because it would add a bit of variety as well. Because obviously all the assault marines, all the assault marines I've got have all got these jump packs. So do you do that single? Do you think that single one would look? Where's the single one? I've got so many. Look, this is. There's all the bodies ready for the reconnaissance squads and the Mordathan when I'm going to convert the Mordathan. So that's all of those. So I've got loads of these. So these are the jump packs. Let's just snap off the gate. Cut the gate off.
Probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
She's got such a cool voice, hasn't she, Teeny Tiny? So this is from the Moritat, so I could drop those ones on. They're the single backpacks. If you think they would be cooler. I think I've got some plastic ones somewhere. That's the Moritat one. Always makes me smile. How are you? We have normality. Cool. I was hesitant to say do it because money. Yeah, but like I'm sure I've got. Yeah, there we go. I've got all the. I think I got all of these for the wings when I did my Dark Pharaon. So I've got all the plastic ones. So do I give what mark are these? Are these still an appropriate mark for the Mark 6? There we go. I've got 5. There's 5. And then let's get the other bits out, plus those. But yeah, I mean I've got 5. That looks like I've got exactly 5 actually. So I can just tip everything out, and then put the wings back. So this might be the 40k Blood Angel version. How you doing? How you doing? Good. We had such a busy weekend, but it was generally pretty great. Still trying to figure out how to do the proto soul drinkers. Maybe Purple Hands Arms a la Crimson Fist. Have to give it thought. So yeah, are we suggesting that? Let's trim. See, I really like doing the Horus Heresy stuff because it's so much more conversational. Probably because I don't know too much about it, but then also because there's so many options. Right, let's get. Where's the front? I like working. Oh, I need to put some music on, don't I? Oh, do I need to have a look at Stream Gallery as well? I think somebody had some stuff in Stream Gallery. So I need to do music and Stream Gallery, don't I? And if we cut that out. And I know I need to cut my nails. I've been trying. This is going to be horrible, I am sure. You can see these bumps here. That bump is where the nail digs in and makes this go infected. So I've been trying to grow my nails a little bit to try to encourage them not to cut into my fingers. Because every time I cut my fingernails, they cut into my fingers. It's just the way my fingernails grow. Look, they grow really, really rounded. So I've been trying to grow them to kind of try and encourage them to flatten them out. So I know it's horrible, and I apologise for that. Right, so let's dink, that goes in there, that goes on there, and then that goes on the back there. So are we doing that? Hey Adam, how are you doing? Is that going to be a good mix? It obviously offers some variety and difference to the army. However, I don't have too many with these backpacks because I've only got one squad of assault marines, and then the other unit I was going to get another unit of assault marines and convert them into the Dark Furies and give them the right backpacks. So this backpack isn't going to be everywhere. I assume these are post the nuking of the chapter. Yes, they are post nuking of the chapter. I'm trying to remember where I set my thing up. Death watching. God, hang on. Wow, this chat's going quick. I've got to catch up. Still trying to figure out how to do the Proto Soul Drinkers. Hey Adam, hey Mannerings, Bork from here. Purple and yellow though. Yeah, I like I said, I like doing the purple, and then the splatter over over one yellow shoulder pad, and then probably just doing, like, if I was to do it. So if it was me, I would probably go. Let's get a simple one out. There we go. So I would probably go purple, black greaves, and then the yellow shoulder pad with the purple paint splatter on it, and probably black boots. I'd probably just go that simple, like just purple everything with a little bit of colour. And then, would you go gold or silver? I think you'd probably go gold. Adding more to chat. Thank you very much, Manneringo. Isfan 4 or whatever it was. Yes, yeah. So after Isfan 4, after the Drop Site Massacre, which is why I bought the book.
Christopher. Focus. Music. Stream Gallery. Dread Kemba.
Okay. Music first. Don't distract me. I'm doing music first. I haven't converted my Pantheon recordings to MP3s yet. I will get to it. So there's music. And now we need Stream Gallery. Let's just cancel the stream lives out so I haven't got the thing. Oh wow! Is this your Soul Drinker dude? Fucking hell, that's awesome. Oh mate, he's gonna look mega. To celebrate the fact that the Deathwing box comes with so many extra bits, I scavenged a Bloodcore body to make my Deathwatch Sergeant. Nice, chaos all the way. The Captain Praetorian's personal heraldry will be the chalice. Fantastic. He does the superhero landing pose. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a superhero landing or whether he just hasn't put it on its base and the base is going to be kind of slanted. So so I don't know, Avian, what is this the pose that's going to be on the base, or are you going to have him standing on a rock that's angled so that he squares up? Either way, that's cool. And then, oh, Sinister, these are so good, dude. Where's the sudden kind of shift to doing Deathwatch? Where's that come from? I like it. Very cool, very cool. Oh, and Dreadsember. Hang on. And then... Oh, no, I didn't put... Hang on. Purples, can you copy it over from the... Oh, no, I mean, just for this one. Look at that. You primed your Dread? Nice. No, I know. I tried to copy-paste it, but... it's too large for me to paste it because I haven't got Nitro. That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? It's really, really good. And like I was explaining to her, like as soon as you add in the right, shall I snap one of these off just to see what this looks like? As soon as you add in the panel lines and the panel lining and the and blacking everything out, it just pops. Which one's the sergeant? That one's the sergeant. Right, let's just do this one then. Let's see if he will snap off. It should do. Having said that, oh, is this too much effort? Is this more effort than it's worth? Can't get that off. Okay, cool. Is there another... Right, okay, so is there another assault unit that I can use the Mark IV ones for? I do like the Mark VI. I think the Mark VI looks cool, and I was trying to kind of keep everything Mark VI. So it does kind of make sense, but like Avian was saying, maybe the Mark IV suits the destroyers a bit more. He's badass. He's so badass. I think he just needs to be a general sergeant because he needs to be in the game. He needs to be on the tabletop. Look at him. He's awesome. Right. Anyway, at least I know. He's got a reverse grip. He's holding his sword in reverse grip. Super cool. Super cool. Yeah, he's brilliant. I like him a lot. The one thing that is needed for the Raven Guard are the Raptors. Wait, what? Raven Guard had Raptors? I thought that was Night Lords. You're very disappointed. What are you disappointed by? The fact that they haven't got Raptors. They've got the Dark Furies. Are the Dark Furies... What's... I thought the reverse reverse grip gets you killed. Not when you're just walking. Like, he's going to flip it. He's going to flip it in his hand. He's just walking at the moment. He's just walking being a badass. He'll flip it in his hand when he starts fighting. He doesn't have to fight with a reverse grip. It's just how he's carrying it. Okay, so I'll put those ones back because I can't snap these off. So what's the Raptors? I thought the Dark Furies were. I thought the Dark Furies are to Raven Guard what Raptors are to Night Lords. Is that not right? Raptors was the name given to the chaos-infused new bloods the Raven Guard made. Wait, what? So I could make... Hang on. So you're telling me that I could make some, like, Night Lords Raptors and paint them up as Raven Guard? Sort of. Without the blood hanging... without the skin hanging off them. I could give them all that Power Claw, Lightning Claw. Right, so let's do all the. Right, well, let's dust everything first. I need some. I do need some stuff for the Raven Guard at some point. For Raven Guard, for the Night Lords at some point. But I don't like the Mark III. Is it the Mark III that's all like roundy? I don't like the Mark III. I think I'm going to put an advert and see if I can swap. If anybody wants to swap a box of Mark III or a sprue of the Mark III for some Mark II, because I need lots of Mark II. I need Mark II for the Night Lords. Well, to be fair, the Night Lords are going to be like every single mark underneath the sun. Like, I want to try and like scatter everything into the Night Lords, which is fine. So they're going to be every mark, like Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV, Mark V, whatever comes out. I'll scatter them all in because they can be the bit more disorganized. Every mark of armor everywhere, but I definitely need some Mark II for them. I definitely need some Mark II jump packs for them, and then I definitely need some Mark II for the. I need one box of Mark II for the Dark Angels as well. So I definitely need some Mark II. I am most definitely not dry brushing. I am dusting. I am removing all the dust from these models. This is not dry brushing. No, the Emperor gave him permission to get the access to the pure gene stock and the advanced genetic technology. Wait, what? Raptors are faster, stronger Raven Guard veterans whose gene seed got spiked with demon blood by the Alpha Legion. Oh, so the Alpha... okay, so the Raptors are the start of the downfall from when the Alpha Legion... spiked all the Raven Guard gene seed. So the first Marines that came out of that gene seed, did they make them into Raptors, or did they were they like always planned to be Raptors, or did they turn them into Raptors because their gene seed was fucked and they were like, oh, let's see if we can take advantage of their heightened aggression or something? Yes, yeah, I remember the Alpha Legions getting their hands on the gene seed. So if you read your Raven Guard books, Taurus, the Raven Guard got their face pushed in during Isfan. They escaped and Koros went to Terra to talk to the Emperor. I've been yelling at UPS for the last hour because the package that was supposed to be delivered back in June, what did I miss? Any talk of the new Quinn detachment? No. Harlequins have got a new detachment in the Grotmus Christmas thing. There you go. Raptors is just a name given to these new Raven Guard Raptors. Are not Chaos Space Marine Raptors. They just share a name. Oh. So how could I represent a unit of Raptors? Because that sounds cool. I will definitely do that. How and what loadout could I represent as a unit of Raptors? And could you maybe use the rule set for the oh shit, what was it called? What was the new recruits rules that came out a while ago? Raptors can be regular midstream, but I would say they should be despoilers. Despoilers are the inducti. That's it. Yeah. So could you use the inducti rules to represent the rules on the tabletop, and then convert up a unit of Raptors, and they would be despoilers. Despoilers are the hand-to-hand, aren't they? Shrug. I just want the Imperium to collapse already because I'm tired of the Space Marines. Chaos Space Marine Raptors probably came about in tribute to the Raven Guard Raptors. I really like the connection between the Night Lords and the Raven Guard. I'm enjoying having both, or planning to have both chapters. Right, the last one, the Vigilator. Little Vigilator. Yeah, he's very, very, very cool. He is very, very cool. Right, so everything's dusted now. So shall we fill these join lines? I think we should. Although I'm out of plastic putty, so we might have to use some epoxy. Night Lords are very loud in their tactics, very shock and awe. RG are the opposite. Yes. Yeah, that's why my Night Lords have got all the tanks. So my Night Lords have got all the tanks, like the Vindicator and everything feels very Night Lordsy to me compared to the Raven Guard. So yeah, I'm enjoying the two sides of like the same coin kind of thing with the Raven Guard and the Night Lord. So I'm kind of glad that I've gone that way with the two legions. And then the little Dark Angel kind of itch scratch of doing the Zone Mortalis. Oh, there's another one there. Where's that from? Huh. I've got another one. That can be for pretty much all my sergeants have got Volkite. I really like how Volkite looks. That's the thing with Volkite. Like Volkite, I'm putting Volkite on bloody everything because I'm really enjoying how Volkite looks when you paint it up. So that's why all my sergeants have Volkite pistols. Right. Right, so scan the Inducti rules for the Inducti. They are more what Raven Guard would become. Nothing references the Raptors. No, I know. I'm just thinking of using those rules to put the Raptors on the tabletop, because like I wasn't interested in the Inducti rules, because boring. But if I can do a unit of Raptors. And then, because I think the, oh no, hang on. I was trying to remember. I thought the Raven Guard Inducti were despoilers, but I don't think they are they? I think they're just regular shooty people, which I'm like even less interested in putting in the army. Some light mutations. Yeah, the Inducti aren't despoilers. So that was the other thing. I was like, well, because I haven't got despoilers in the army at the moment, and I was like, well, if you can have Raven Guard Inductis and despoilers, then maybe I could do that. But they're not. They're just regular Marines, which I'm not interested in because I've already got regular Marines. I've got 20 regular Marines. They're more like the Sniper Scouts. Yeah, more Dathan. Yeah, so scratch that idea then. So I will have to just do, if I do a unit of Raptors, I don't know what to do. Maybe that can be the way you get just a regular unit of despoilers in the army. Be interesting to try and do some subtle like mutations, because I don't want them absolutely in your face mutations. I'll have to think of some like subtle mutations to do. Yeah, what subtle mutations could you do? Like bare hands and paint the hands, and like use like really clawed hands. That would be quite fun. But then you've got to have them holding some sort of weapon, so the clawed hand then gets hidden. Clawed feet, just like the occasional clawed foot coming out of the feet. Yeah. Tentacle arms is a bit too on the nose, isn't it? Tentacle arms is just a bit too. It's a bit too much. Like it's on the shoulder. There's a short story of Space Wolves. Bear arm with feathers growing out of it. Oh, you could do feathery. Yeah, you could do some feather stuff. Like it's the challenge that I think anyway. The challenge with doing all that is to make it not look like you've just like snipped off a bit of the armor and put a tentacle on, or snipped off a bit of the armor and put a claw on. You almost want it like breaking out of the armor just a tiny bit. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to try and do. Yeah, the problem with the claw-like hands is that they've got to be holding something, so you lose the fact that it's a claw. If they had, yeah, like it's almost like the mutations are happening inside the armor, and they're only gonna like crack and explode the armor when they get really, really far along. Like you can't just do that. So yeah, it's an interesting one that I'll have a think. Because it's not, they're not going to have been like corrupted enough for even the armor to start going, really, have they? So it's just physical traits. I don't know, maybe, but claw can equal lightning claws. So that's on the sergeant. You can give the sergeant a claw for a lightning claw. That's 1 of 10. Space Wolf faces are sharper and have fangs. I mean, to be fair, look how sharp and pointy the Raven Guard heads are anyway. Fantastic. I mean, he's almost got a beak as a nose. Also, if you don't want to go non-bird based, do you have Chaos Space Marine bits to do head swaps, bare heads? Yeah, I don't think I struggle with heads. There's loads of bare heads. I could just, to be fair, okay, I could just do bare heads for the whole unit. I could do bare heads for the whole unit. Give the sergeant a claw, and maybe drop in 2. Maybe drop in 2 like foot claws that have cracked open the foot armor or something, and then just leave it at that. Because it would look very different to the army, because everything in the army has got, they've all got helmets. The whole army has got helmets apart from sergeants. Because I like painting faces. Right, okay, so let's do I need to get some, I don't know whether I need to get some plastic putty for that. Let's do, let's use some Tamiya, because the Tamiya stuff is smooth enough to be able to do those tiny little bits, and then we'll get let's cut the shaper, and we'll use that. That will be fine for that. There we go. I think that will be subtle enough. You got the kernel of an idea. I'll be starting 30k Loyalist Death Guard concept. Sinister, mate. I've been noodling on subtle mutations for 30k Marines for a while. It's tough. It is, isn't it? Piebald skin. You can paint their skin different. You could kind of paint their skin different. I'm looking forward to 30k Loyalist Death Guard. That sounds awesome. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of that. Right, let's mix up a little bit of this, and then we're going to try and just fill in all these joins, because they're pissing me off. I didn't think they would annoy me when I built them originally. I didn't think they would annoy me. Have a look for Dusk Raiders, the Kongnomon of the Death Guard before finding the Primarch. Right. This is going to be fun. See if I can see how well I can do this. Yeah, that sounds really cool, Sinister. I'm very much up for watching you do all that, particularly with how well you've been doing the Space Wolves and stuff. Do I need more? I do need a little bit more. We're doing the ivory scheme. Love it. Love it, dude. Love it. But not quite so. Are you going to do it like battered? Or are you going to do it much more kind of, not clean, but much cleaner than stereotypical? You are doing them dirty and battered, okay. So how are you going to kind of get across that they're loyalist Death Guard from... You don't know yet? That's where you... Ah, okay. I thought you were noodling and you'd come up with something. Gotcha. The Ash Wastes... the Ash Waste Nomads is obviously a really cool place to consider pulling from. Right, let's just... So, the plan is to get tiny, tiny, tiny little bits of this. And then roll it into a sausage. This has not started off very well. This is horrible. Okay. That's horrible to try and do. Because they're so small. Right, let's try and do another one. A small knight errant force. That's precursor of the Grey Knights, right? that right? That's Garrow and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that would be really cool. I don't know. One day maybe 40k will get back to cool thematic things like this. At the moment you've got to work extra hard in 40k for all this.
New potatoes pics have dropped, Christopher.
I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, that would be really, really cool. Do a knights. Again, it's that little bit of Zone Mortalis. You can just do like 1,000-point Zone Mortalis, which would be quite cool, and get that done for the Knights Errant in there, and try and get that little force kind of fleshed out in the context of a Zone Mortalis stuff. Sexy Science Hannah is in the house. How are you? We were looking at your Dreadnought earlier and going, wow, that's amazing. And now I'm currently trying to fill gaps in jump packs, and it's incredibly difficult because there's not a very big join gap, and to try to fill it with a tiny amount of putty is next to impossible. Doing well, how about you? I'm good, thank you.
HNN breaking news. We were looking at Hannah's VIP that should be posted in Dreadkember instead of Fictown.
Instead of where? Yeah, stick it in Dreadcember next time you do an update, Han. All the Marines should still be sporting gear from their legions. Oh, if you did a Knights Errant thing. Oh, that's cool. So almost like Deathwatch. Oh, okay. Horus Heresy version of Deathwatch. $30k version of Deathwatch, nice. Great minds, you see. Okay, that's another one done. Right, let's try and get these. I'm overheating. I'm overheating with this hat. Hey Slave, how you doing? Raven Guard are doing okay. I'm just correcting some of my rushed build, which I'm slightly disappointed with myself about. But that's okay because we can correct them. put an update. Thank you, Don. We'll go and have a look in a second. Is it in the stream gallery? We'll bring it up on stream if it's in the stream gallery. And we've got to go and have a look at potatoes. There's new potato picks as well, so we'll go and do those once we've finished doing this. Trying to get this done before the putty dies. How are you doing, Don? Look forward to seeing it, mate. There we go. Hollow, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crypt. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to get this done before the putty dries and makes this next to impossible. I'll catch up on chat in a second. Trying to get this. Am I even on screen? Yes. Trying to get this solidified onto the model enough so that I can sand them down afterwards. Right, that's 3 done. Let's do this one. Got a tiny bit of putty left. Just going and see, there's that join line. Look, join line's really poor, and I should have filled it before I started painting, but that's fine. I had a weird thought that it was kind of part of the design of the jump pack for some of the time when I was building it. It clearly isn't. So I am correcting it. I am correcting my bad build. This one's quite clever because I covered it with a feather. I'm fine, just arrived at the hotel and now building up my mobile paint station. Nice. Stream gallery. Yes, Slade, if you're a subscriber either on YouTube or Twitch, there's a fair few subscriber rooms in Discord, and one of them is called the stream gallery, where if you're working on something you can throw up in the stream gallery what you're working on, and then I can show it off on stream. Hence stream gallery, as a thank you for the support. So if you're subscribed on Twitch, if you subscribed on YouTube, I have to you have to let me know what your username is so that I can add you in Discord. Because YouTube, I don't think YouTube has the Discord connection yet, but then I might be wrong. There we go. So that's number 4, and then we've got one more to do for the destroyers at least, not including the assault marines, which I've got 10 more to do because I'm particularly shit. Oh. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Try and get a little bit extra on that one. There we go. And then this last little bit here, we can use, is it that one? No, it's not that one. Where is it? There's one that has a big hole in it. It's not that one. There it is, this one. This one's got a hole all the way through it, so we can halve that. Put some in there. And put some in that side. And then we'll just sculpt that into a rock later. Mobile paint stations for the win. Yeah, I used to do the same. That's how I started Twitch streaming, to be honest. I used to Twitch stream painting from my hotel room when I went on photo shoots. So I had my phone on a ledge. There was usually, in most of the hotels I went to, there was a ledge above one of the desks, like a little shelf or something. So I used to lean my camera phone on that ledge, point it down to the desk, and then paint and stream on Twitch. That's how I started paint streaming, because I was already streaming photo edits, so after a photo shoot I would come home and edit the photos from the photo shoot on stream. And then I just added mini painting to it as well when I went to hotels for photo shoots, because I'd just got back into the hobby, because one of my friends, catching up with one of my friends at Warhammer World, Gav, and he just started playing a small campaign of Shadow Wars Armageddon, so he could learn about Harlequins before he wrote a Harlequin book. And I went and bought some Necrons, so I was painting Necrons in hotel rooms. And then I was painting Necrons not in hotel rooms. Yeah, Gav Thorpe. Yeah, we were just chatting and like, we haven't caught up for ages. And he said, oh, I'm down at Warhammer World on Wednesday, starting a campaign. Come down and... So I went down and hung out and left with a box of Necrons, because I'm weak and cannot resist models. Yeah, I can't remember. Was it the red Swan? Was that the Harlequin book he wrote? That Harlequin book was based on the Shadow Wars Armageddon game that we were playing. Can you ask him to write a new book where Dawn comes back? I'm not excited about non-metallic gold on this model. And tells the Imperial Fist that armor should be golden yellow, not lemon yellow. Or macaroni yellow, right? Right, I've done all that. Let's have a look at... Oh, Don, that's awesome. Mate, that looks really cool. Wow. Where are the transfers from, mate? They look fab. That looks fab, man. Anybody in Discord, head into the whip gallery and have a look at... have a look at Don's Titan. I had to go to the game store yesterday to get a couple of things to paint. I'm for sure going to buy a box of minis, otherwise it doesn't feel right. Yeah. Right, where was that? There we go. There's that. Let's get this done before it goes too hard.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a sec. One sec, Purples. I gave you over 100 seconds. Oh, sexy science Hannah. Don, welcome to the crypt. Don, if you want to link your Discord with your Twitch, if you just go into the settings on Discord and go to connections, you can link it. And then if you post a Titan in the stream gallery, we'll show it off on stream because it is cool. Welcome to the crypt, Don. Thank you, Hannah. It's very kind of you.
Start wearing purple.
Hey, Squeezel.
Purple.
If you want to put the video in the stream gallery as well, Don, we'll show that off because that was really cool. How's your Monday going, Squeezle? Happy Monday. That tiny little gap there, I'll just fill that with the ground cover that I put on, so that's not, I'm not bothered about that bit. Trying to add the texture back in. Thank you. Right. Okay, so how are these? That should be fine. That should be fine. Right, let's go before Olivia shouts at me again. There we go. Hi, Poe. Fluff Central. Fluff Central potato. Yeah, pop the Titan up in here. Maxi Floof. Back to Floof. Hey Muzz, how you doing? They are from Scumbag Customs. He has plenty of different decor sheets. Just ask him to show them to you. Oh, nice one. I didn't know Titan scale transfers existed. That's cool. I've got my Reaver Titan, which I'm going to do a load of freehand on, which is going to be good fun. And what you can clean silicon. I need some more of these. There's Colour Shape, Royal Sovereign Colour Shapers, which are size 0 and firm rather than the extra firm ones, because they're really good, but it sticks. The putty occasionally sticks and then dries on the end. I wonder whether there's like isopropanol alcohol or something you can put on it to clean it. It shouldn't really stick because it's silicone. What is your black blue midtone driving me nuts? On the Raven Guard, there's a video on YouTube. It's anthracite grey and black. There's two videos on YouTube. There's a video on YouTube about doing like the regular infantry and then slightly higher version for the characters. IPA cleans the tooth. Oh, perfect. I will get some of my IPA then. That's good to know. Thank you, Sinister. Other than just scraping them off like this, I haven't tried anything else. And I was just thinking, oh, I wonder whether IPA works. So yeah, I will use some IPA. I'll leave that one out rather than put it away. Brilliant. Okay, right. So we have hopefully filled all those gaps. So we can sand that back very gently so that we don't tear the putty away. Once that's dried. Oh, that's particularly bad. That one's really bad. Let's tidy this one up. Missed this one, look. Trying to get it right over the join and then push it into the join. Do more freehands on the shoulders after our Apocalypse. Right now focus is to have the Warlord build and painted, because rule number 1 painted for the painted and based and wears a Fuck Pardo shirt. Getting hold of that Tamiya epoxy is proving to be a bit tricky. Oh really? I got mine off Amazon. Yeah, it is sadly that Muzz. I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite, but they're annoyingly good paints, as I was explaining before. It's pretty close to Dark Reaper, so if you wanted to use Dark Reaper and mix black in with Dark Reaper, you get the same look. You get the same look. But yeah, there's a video on YouTube about painting that guy, and then there's a video on YouTube about painting all the infantry. So that's the two that are on. Right. So that's all that done. And that's also particularly good because we've managed to fill in those two sides of that rock as well, which is great. Because that was another job that we had to do, so we've now done that as well. In fact, what we can do even more is get a damp brush and just soften some of that rock texture down a little bit. And the same over here. So, is anybody watching Welcome to Derry? Has anybody watched episode 7? Every time I bring it up, everybody's like, no. What's Welcome to Derry? I mean, the massive minority of people that seemingly want to watch it. You finally watched episode 1? Yes, Avian! Are you hooked? Please tell me you're hooked. No, but also don't care if you want to talk about it. Tamiya Epoxy Quick said it's truly expensive. What the fuck? Stay with Baz. It's nice, but it's not that nice. No, it is nice. It's nice. It's you only use it for certain. You only use it for certain things. It's fucking nice. It's really good. For certain applications. If you need to blend anything, it's excellent. If you want something that's not brittle, it's excellent. Oh, battery's gone. Right, okay, now because the battery's gone, I'm going to go and get a fresh cup of tea. which is good actually because I'm out of tea. That will leave. That will give the putty just a tiny little bit longer to cure, and then when we get back, we can start kind of touching up and painting these destroyers a little bit more. So I'm going to quickly go make a cup of tea, and I will be right back. Yeah. So everybody, it's a good time to get up and stretch if you've been sat down and watching us for a while. Get up and have a stretch, and I will see you in 2 minutes. The end of episode 1 told me it was not going to be an It Redux. No. Avian, how cool was the here are all the kids in the story? Oh, we're going to kill them all off in episode 1. Spoilers, but yeah, brilliant. It's not really a spoiler. It's yeah, fantastic. Yeah, right, anyway, be right back. It gets even better, Avian. Like, episode 7. Very, very, very good. Okay, let's rock and roll and do some painting. QuickType is expensive but worth the cost. I only use it for fine details. Yeah, I don't use it for much. Like, I used it for some of the skulls on the Raven Scouts that I did. I used it a lot when I first got it because it seemed to blend really nicely. But now I've kind of got a bit of an idea on what it's good for. Yeah, it is very good. I used it for. I'll tell you what I did use it for. I used it for those, for the extra peaks. If you look how much longer the inlets are on this, I used it for that. So I made them longer, and then you can sand it. So I made them longer with QuickType, and then sanded them down so that you couldn't see. So I made those kind of beaky inlets with QuickType. That was a really useful one to do because it's really tough. I've just snapped this guy off as well, unfortunately, so I need to although he was, to be fair, he was a bit of a weird pose, so I can try and kind of get a better. Don't know whether he's better off. Is he better off that foot? Is he better off that foot? I don't know whether he is. I think he's still better off this foot. Does he just need to be kind of like leaning forward a bit more? Maybe he just needs to be leaning forward a bit more. Maybe his arms aren't very good. Maybe I need to snap that arm off and stretch the arm out a bit. So yeah, anyway, he accidentally got snapped off. So right, let's do these. Let's do these guys. These are so cool. Okay, so what are we doing right now? So what has gone wrong with these is that I went too contrasty too quickly, basically. With these, so we're just going to try and knock the contrast back a little bit. Because the first ones I did, because they were tests, I used quite a lot of stages before I was happy with like where they were. So hopefully, let's get that one. Hopefully, what we can do is just knock a lot of this black. So we're basically just working on all the transition pits. Well, we can try and soften this highlight I ended up with. So they ended up looking basically not looking black enough. There we go. So if we do that on all of these, we should be able to soften all the shitty marks that I got caught up in. This one we haven't got any on, look, so we didn't even touch this one, so we can start getting this one done as well. This one's just been primed black. So this is that like 50-50 mix, and I try and get it all over everything. So that this is the kind of the armor tone, and then it leaves black in the recesses. So anything that's facing upwards gets a coat of this. And this is the kind of the enjoyment of the Raven Guard that I'm getting, because it's still kind of neat painting once you get past this stage, but it's not like stressful painting. You're not like squinting to see details or anything. It's just expressive brush strokes kind of thing. It's quite fun. There we go. So that's it's almost like it's a very close to Corvus black, this first black. It's very close to a Corvus black. Let's do that bottom bit there black as well. That would be quite cool, because that's almost like the cover when it goes all the way up. And then the inside of the weapon as well. Shoulder pads are a nightmare because I've got that join down the middle. I haven't cleaned that join up on this one. Fantastic. These look so cool. Probably need primer on those, but a little bit of that paint won't hurt. So yeah, I'm just knocking back, basically I'm just knocking back the contrast on these. How's everybody's evening looking? What are we all up to tonight? Yeah, these destroyers are going to look really, really good. There we go. Look, so now you've got that little bit more of a subtle shift between the tones rather than it being like quite so much in your face. So these are the tops of the Volkite, is where you could see the 3D print lines. So I just filed those flat, which is why they haven't got any paint on them. And then all the destroyers are going to have the white shoulder pad, and maybe, like Avian was saying, maybe the white shoulder pad is where we're going to be able to show some like real battle damage. So maybe we can make the shoulder pad where you kind of showcase the destroyer battle damage, burning, whatever you want to call it. That's all of them. Now, do we need to soften this one down at all? Because I could quite easily do so. Be a little bit careful around that. Battle damage, chip that away. Fraction. It's going to have a white. He's going to have a white helmet, which is fine. Perfect. Right. Death Company Dread. Ooh! Purpley Spark has done some Dreadsember. Purpley Spark has done some Dreadsember. Where's your Dreadsember, Purpley Spark? Where's your Dreadsember, Purpley Spark? Oh wow! What blue are you going to use? What blue are you going to use? I like how he's got one hand open and one hand closed. That's cool. He's got one hand open here and one hand closed. Like the thumbs at the top here and the thumbs at the bottom here. That's awesome. Not sure yet. Could go with transparent blue. Looks good. It looks good. Also, I used a pencil to pre-trace the freehand for the red cross on the knee. Ah! Talassar blue contrast is pretty vibrant. It is. Yeah, Talassar blue is pretty good. You're going to do some freehand on the knee. Nice. Purple's getting in the freehand game. Right. That's a better starting point now. So we've got that better starting point. We need that better starting point on all the models that I kind of went back in with. I do like these shoulder pads. I mean, I should maybe have given the destroyers these shoulder pads as well to make them like really bulky, like really bulk them out. Because look how chunky that looks. Look how chunky that looks compared to that one. Like he's proper wedged out. But he's like the veteran. This is, I'm pretty sure the destroyers, I made the destroyers like a veteran squad. I think that was the only way you could get the destroyers. Not the destroyers, the shit, what are the weapons called? Destructors? Whatever those weapons are called. I think the only way you could get a unit of them was to have them as veterans. Right. The Death Company Red Cross. Not a very difficult freehand. I know, but like any freehand is good. Like when you've not done a lot of freehand. Any freehand is freehand. Like if you've got a freehand a Red Cross. Still suitably awesome. Don't take that away. Right. I'm trying to get this dark tone on everything. Might just soften things down a little bit. Basically I went too quickly on the highlights, so they need softening. That's what we're doing. One. This one. Because this is like really watered down, like I'm almost using it as like a stipple glaze. So it's just like softening the transitions down a little bit. So it looks like it's going over it quite harshly, but once it dries, it's not quite that harsh. You still get the highlights there a little bit, but the highlights were too quick. I didn't do that stage because the initial models I did, it's not like I took my time, but I was like playing around with how much highlighting I could kind of get away with, and then when I started these fresh ones, because I'd done the mixers and things, I had like 3 mixers, so I tried to do it with 3 mixers, and you kind of need 4. You kind of need that very dark very dark mix right at the beginning, which I didn't have, so that's what this is. Practice on all my Death Company intercessors and jump pack intercessors. Wow! Purples is doing all the freehand now. Right, is that all of them? I think I've got all of them. I think I've done all of them. And I've definitely got that one done. Oh, have I done him? I haven't done him. Let's do him. And then he needs gluing back onto his base at an appropriate angle. Anybody wants to support or do any kind of helpful Christmas things, you can have a look on !throne, or if you're grabbing any models, then please consider grabbing them from my Element Games link, or you can grab some of these brushes. Again, !brush for that one, !brush, !element, !throne to send me some Christmas presents or something that I can paint up on stream. Anything like that, it all really helps. I'm trying to... I've got some commissions to finish off in the new year, and we've got a push. We're going to do a Golden Demon, bit of Golden Demon painting next year as well, because I miss it. So we're going to do the War Trike. Start the new year off with the War Trike, hopefully. Right, we need to get that primed as well on the inside of that. A little bit of black primer and run that on the webbing. There we go. And also that black really shows off how this is not a black. It's a dark grey. And then when we get the Mark IV kit, hopefully coming soon, when we get the Mark IV kit, we can paint the Mark IV kit black, because we're going to do that as the reconnaissance squads with those funky bolters that I was making. So yeah, that'll be quite good fun. I can never find that bolter that I made. Where is it? Yeah, I can never find it. It gets put back up over there, but it's like up there is full of like little bits, and I can never find the bolter I made. I can't remember what it's called either. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right. So yeah, what's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody up to this evening? Oh, that's what I could do. Let's get some Carrick stone. Get some Carrick stone. And we can paint. Hey, Olivia.
It's called Pew Pew Fucking Pew.
Oh, is that what the gun's called? That cool, the cool sniper which I've converted up. So we're just going to use some Carrick stone on the majority of all of this. I'm not going to paint the putty because that's still drying. I don't want to interrupt that drying or anything. But this is the starting base tone for all the rocks and everything. Give that a couple of coats like that, and then this one is actually grey because it's the tile. So that tile in there is grey, but all the rocks around it is beige. Like that. And again, this is another bit which I'm going to have to fill in down there, so I'll have to get some putty to fill that bit in. Same for this. This is all beige. This is all Carrick stone. So I really like the bases for the Raven Guard. I think it's fantastic. The one thing I need to do is make sure I'm securing them onto the bases enough, because I think because it's just like smashed up and crushed cement, I think the dust is getting on the models as well. So I think there's like a layer of dust on top of the cement, which is not helping the models keep clean. Okay, and then this one just needs a little bit around this rock here, and then underneath the tiles, because again the tiles are grey like we did on the other Sergeant, but the rocks are this beige. so it matches the dust. So lesson is, don't go and make a cup of tea, because then everybody goes AFK. There we go. And then the same with that one will be a rock around the edge. That's not really relevant. Oh, this one here, let's see if we can get this one. And purples is on the left. No worries, perps. Okay, right. So. Okay, so this needs to be grey. Do that on all of these. Let's start on this one. Seems to have a very long finger. Let's give this guy armor coloured ribs. I'm doing chicken and roast potatoes for dinner. That would be rather nice, I think. So I'll try and get the vast majority of these highlights to only do them really kind of rough and not scruffy, but rough and light, because they get a black oil wash in the recesses to kind of help separate things out, which helps. Sorry. That's better. That's much better. Do 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 do. I'm just sitting here painting, talking to myself. The raven got a looking awesome, and I'm dead excited. One. Let's do this one because this one's cool. Thought I had one out here. Quickly clean that up so I can try and file that down. It's not going to work, never mind. Do 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 do. Oh, I took a freehand class with one of the Chimera guys at Adepticon, and what they said, which was really useful, was to start freehand in a colour that was very close to the base colour, so it's easy to cover to get the right thing. So I was surprised at how much I was able to do with freehand class. But of course, since then I haven't freehanded anything. Yes. So whatever the base colour is, the tricky thing is when you start kind of doing airbrushing and you get some, like if I was trying to airbrush over some of these transitions and stuff, freehand over some of the transitions, it gets a bit more tricky. But yeah, you start, that's why a lot of the freehand you'll see is kind of blacked out. Start on a blackout. TBB, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crypt. But yeah, the biggest takeaway for freehand is that you can just paint over. You just keep painting it until it's right. If you need to cut into something because you made something too big, you just cut into it. That was the biggest thing for me, because I can't draw. I'm practicing drawing as much as I can, but I can't draw, but I can freehand really well, because you can spot what needs changing. I think I got it. So when I was like freehanding all the skulls and everything on the Titans and the Knights that I did, it's dead easy, because if you don't get it quite right, you just cut into it or add to it. Or I love freehanding. tricky bit then becomes like trying to get the perspective and everything in with colours. Yeah, I loved it. Need to do some more. Well, we'll definitely be doing some more because we're doing some on the Orc War track when that comes. We're definitely freehanding some on that, which is going to be quite good fun because that's like freehanding on an Orc. Like you've got to freehand well, but freehand badly because an Orc can't draw. So you've got to freehand it really well, but freehand it in a style that an Orc would draw, which is an interesting kind of concept. Listen to the first heretic and drawing Korax tearing the wood. Yes, nice. Yeah, I've got to. That's one of the things I need to crack on with. I've got my Corvus Korax. I've sculpted a new head for him, so he needs painting up. If you want to know all the recipes and everything, there's a video on my YouTube about painting all these up. That's a pretty good one. Okay. Don't need to do that one. I do need to do him a bit more. He's really cool. Right, let's do some more of these. Really interesting little highlight. Drop that in there. I'm going to finish soon, everybody, so I'm going to make some dinner. But we'll be back again tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll try not to stop halfway through and go and get a cup of tea. Try and keep everybody involved. It's my fault for leaving. Apologies for that. I've not heard anything new about that. I don't pay. I pay very little attention to any kind of Warhammer drama, to be honest, Hannah. I don't care in the slightest. So I haven't gone looking for it, and I haven't seen any. Thank you very much, Christine. How are you doing? You just want the podcast back. What was a podcast? Was there a podcast called Warboot? Just making that long slog to Christmas. Nice. How do I decide where to put the highlights? So I used to be a photographer, or I'm a photographer, and when I did my photography, I would always light the subject or light the model. Generally, like if I was doing studio lit portraits or studio lit anything, or I had some external, basically if I had some external flashes or external light source, I would always light it from the right hand side. It was just the way I photograph things. So the left hand side kind of held the subject in the frame, and then the right hand side was the bit that provided all the lighting. If you go to my website, there's some examples on it in portraits. It's all lit from the right hand side. So you'll see, for instance, if you'd watch some of Rich Gray's videos, all of his lighting is from the left hand. All of his lighting is from the left hand side. So he paints and he has a light source from this side, and we'll paint it from this side. I tend to do all mine from the right hand side. So if you look at the model, I tend to just kind of. I mean, I know where the light sources are going to be because I photography. So, but if you want a rough idea, where's one that's just black? Let's use him. So if you look at him, anything there where the light is catching, because I've got the light literally above the model there, anything there that you can see where the light is catching, so it's catching up here, it's catching here, it's catching here, it's catching on this side of the nose, that cheekbone, the top of the head, little bits on the bottom down here where the boots are and things like that. So I tend to do everything from the right hand side. So when I'm painting this, like this highlight here is on the right hand side of the greave, and then it kind of drops down a little bit as well because that's the cylinder, and then there's nothing on this side. Like I might put a little bit down here just for like shadow interest, like that. But that's about it. Like this is the predominantly where that highlight is. And the same here, look, so there's a highlight on the top of that bit there, and it kind of bleeds across onto the back there, and there's a little bit there, but that's it. And then there's a big highlight here, because this is where the light source is coming from. So there's a big highlight there, there's going to be a big highlight there, and same on the head, there's a highlight on this side of the head, but not so much on this side. So the Siege podcast had stopped, because I guess George isn't happy with what James did. George isn't happy with what James did. Hey Hook and Bin, how you doing? The majestic beard, it needs a bit of a trim. It's getting a little bit kind of thick and long. I don't mind it getting thick. I want to kind of trim it and cut it back a little bit. So, but yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thank you. I don't know, Hannah. I didn't watch the podcast, to be honest. But I didn't know they'd stopped doing the podcast. I thought that was one of the things that they were doing. So yeah, I'm just thinking like where if the light's coming from this direction, what's it gonna hit? The tricky thing is then like, because if it's coming from here, it's gonna hit something down here and then bounce back up. So you're gonna have a little bit of a highlight under there like that, for instance. That's where it starts becoming a little bit tricky with highlights, like the secondary bounce highlights. And then the same when you come around the back. When you come around the back, it's still the same right hand side, because you're never going to look at the front and the back at the same time. So when you go around the back, I'm still doing the right hand side highlight like that, and then this will be in the shadow. That's where it starts getting confusing, I guess. And this is a really kind of relaxed painting style. It's not like I'm painting these for Golden Demon or anything. I'm enjoying painting these because it's a little bit more expressive. Like the brush marks and everything, they're a bit more expressive. Add a little bit of kind of random highlight dots around there. It's like, this is like Bob Ross painting, like Happy Little Accidents. Or we'll do a mark there like that. Oh, we've got a couple of scratches down on the back of this leg now to highlight. Same with this here, we'll do that. We've got a few little kind of scratches that we can highlight on that leg. So this is a very kind of loose painting style. It's not like I'm painting, I haven't got any Golden Demon stuff here, but it's not like I'm painting this. It's not like we're doing that kind of painting style where we're being really clean with everything. Oh, you're welcome. No problem at all. There's a fair few videos on my YouTube if you want to go and have a look at them. Yeah. Okay, so that's where the highlights sit, and then we can come in with this mix after, which is pretty cool. So let's do this one. So this is the Destroyer Squad which we're doing. time is it? It's nearly 6:30, so I am going to finish up in a sec. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll probably keep doing this tomorrow if that's alright. I know it's Dreadcember and we're trying to do Dreadnoughts, but the Dreadnought is looking pretty good. So yeah, we'll try and paint some more of these again tomorrow. Get some more of the highlights done. If we can get all the highlights done, particularly with these as well. Once these have dried and I've kind of sanded these down a little bit, that will probably be pretty much dry now. So I can probably kind of file and sand those down. So once we've done those as well, we'll have 10 models that we can work on. Maybe 11 if we count that guy, because he is cool as hell. So if we have 11 models including this guy to work on, that should be quite good fun. Chip away a bit of that, and we also need to chip away a bit of that one as well. Right, I'm gonna go do some food, have some dinner. So I will catch you all tomorrow. These guys are really cool though. I'm very much enjoying them. They do look great, I think anyway. Right, thanks very much everybody. Take care, have an awesome evening. Keep working on your Dreadcembers, your Dreadnoughts. We'll have a look at them all again tomorrow. I wonder what would happen if I just did that. That needs to all be kind of smoky rather than hot flame explosion or anything, but you can definitely add a bit of hot flame explosion to the front, and then it can fade out to the smoky greys and everything. Right, catch you later.